Yeah. Hello everyone. Oscar is unhappy. Something is up. He just keeps whining and complaining. Are you upset? Are you upset, Jess? What are you upset about? You've been on your walk, you had food, you were playing with your toy. Do you want to go to bed? But it's not bedtime yet, Jess. You're such a cutie. You want to hang out with me? Sometimes he just complains because he doesn't get my attention and he just wants to hang out. Also, in case you're wondering why I'm wearing a hat inside, it is because I don't like ceiling lights in the evening, especially when I'm here in the kitchen. I don't like the lights glaring in my eyes, so maybe it's like a blue eye thing because people with blue eyes have more sensitive eyes usually to light. So when I'm inside the house cooking at night, I can't stand those lights like blinding me, so I sometimes wear a hat when I'm cooking. Schatz. Are you okay? Yeah? You wanna go back to your chair? You wanna sit here in the kitchen with me? I think I wanna put the chair here in the kitchen so Oscar can hang out. Oh, it's bed, nice. You got your bed. You wanna sit here in the back? We'll see you up here. Maybe. Yeah, this is good. You wanna sit in your bed? You got your toy. There you go. Check. You got your toy. Oh. Well, that's right. You want water? You want to drink water? What was that? Alrighty. What's up, Schatz? The water is full. You just gotta go and drink. I cannot make you drink. You can only bring a horse to the water, right? Or a dog, I guess. I'll start my cooking. I'm making pumpkin, butternut squash, onion, and Beyond Meat vegan beef. Not saying this is the healthiest thing to eat, but pea protein, water, brown rice protein, lentil protein. It's also not the worst, I think. Oh yeah, he needs to drink. That's why he was whining. Schatzi.
Yep.
Yeah, there's something I knew. When Oscar's whining, there's always something that he wants. So this time it was water. He was thirsty. It's a beautiful onion, by the way. Hey, Congressman. Vegan. Yeah, it's vegan beef, actually. You're right. I thought it was like vegan. I didn't know it was called beef. I thought it was like vegan ground meat, but it's beef. Yeah, beef flavor. It's a very smoky flavor, and honestly, it is really delicious. So on the market for like fake meat, I feel like Beyond Meat is actually the tastiest out of all of them. And I've tried them all, trust me. But this one is really good. And I only buy them when they're on sale because they're really expensive. But so is meat nowadays, right? So I feel like it doesn't really matter. It has a little bit of a interesting consistency. But as soon as you open it, even though it's still raw, it has such a strong flavor, like kind of like smoked almost, very umami, hearty, very, very tasty. Hi, Tanya. Yeah, I love that stuff. It is really addictive, so I'm trying not to eat it too often because I know those fake meats are not really. It doesn't look fresh. Hi, Eric. It is fresh, so it's still good. It does not look very appetizing when it's not cooked. It's just, you know, I mean, ground beef doesn't look appetizing either if you cook it, before you cook it, in my opinion. Hi, to Turkey. Got 2 people from Turkey here today, I guess. I made quinoa with it, or I will mix it with quinoa afterwards. I'll also use my butternut squash that I already prepared. Hey, I'm making homemade and sipping a cold beer. Oh, nice. I love subs for sandwiches. I'm a sucker for sandwiches. I could eat sandwiches every single day, especially as a German. I love my bread, so like sandwiches are just so wholesome. Chat, you want to say hi to Christopher? Oscar says hi, Christopher, to you and Jefferson. Yeah, Uncle Christopher. I just moved into my first apartment by myself. All right, thank you for the information, Jim Fisher. Good for you. Christopher says hi back to you. Yeah, he's been an itchy man today. No, you get off. No, we're not doing that when I'm cooking up here. So rude. I feel like all the animals I'm trying to be up here. Hi, Crazy. What's with August? 26. Okay, nice. Someone from the future is here. That's neat. But yeah, enjoy your beer, Christopher. You deserve it. Enjoy your evening beer. That's a very German thing to do. Christopher, I feel like you would have a great time living in Germany. I feel like you're more German than many Germans that I know. Drinking your evening beer, sweeping your porch, eating your sandwich. Great, got a cat hair. The life of a crazy cat lady. Cat hairs everywhere. How's your life been in America? He's like a baby. He is like a baby. I totally agree, yes. My life in America is a blueberry, by the way. I had blueberries earlier. Has been really good. I mean, waiting for the green card has not been super excited, but the rest, can't complain. America is cool. It's definitely a vibe. Whenever I come back, when I travel to other countries or to Germany, and I come back to America, there's just something in the air. I can't explain it, but it's just like, I don't know. Just the air feels so rich and thick. Like not rich in like in a money sense, but like, you know what I mean, maybe. Like, do you have that when you travel to places? Just the first thing you notice is just that the air smells different, like the humidity and just the smell, the richness, and just very different from Germany. And I like that everyone just kind of minds their own business here. So it's very, I get when people say that America feels like a very free country. Your cutting skills are German. Knife Link. I don't have any Knife Link. This is actually, it gets even more German now. I bought it at Aldi here in America. So anyone that doesn't know Aldi or Aldi's as you call it here. I don't know why you guys call it Aldi's because there's no S in the end, but you don't say Walmart's or Kroger's either, right? You say Aldi. It's called Aldi, in case you were wondering. Probably not, but now you know. And I just got it from Aldi in America. And these are very nice knives, actually. Like, they're not great, but they're doing what they're supposed to do, and I can't complain. They were cheap. I know one word in German, wunderbar. Nice. Stevie Wunderbar. In what movie was that? Schatz, what movie was that?
What?
Stevie Wunderbar?
Stevie Wunderbar, Bruno.
Bruno. If anyone has seen the movie Bruno, they use the word wunderbar for Stevie Wonder. No, what's his name? Stevie Wonder, right? And they say Stevie Wonderbar in that movie. That was pretty funny as a German. Thank you, Crazy. Hi, Rika, you're beautiful. Thank you, ABT, welcome. But yeah, cooking some butternut squash and vegan meat stir fry, I guess, kind of. Butternut squash, vegan meat, no ad, but that's the best for me out on the market. Meine Frau brauchte mehr als 6 Jahre, um ihre Green Card zu erhalten. Wow, krass. And yeah, wunderbar means wonderful. 6 years, wow. And I already was upset that I had to wait 2 years for mine. I thought I was insane. Especially since usually with the military, the process is pretty sped up. You can you will get like a speed up process sometimes, but I guess I was not a lucky one. I think they were just very skeptical towards me because of my Chinese background. So I think they had their doubts when they were like, a German with Chinese backgrounds coming to America with the army, kind of sus. But I guess now I'm clear. Hey Schatzi, can you turn it down a little bit? It's not mixing well. I keep moving, had to go to Atlanta, then Nashville, then finished in San Antonio. Wow. And Atlanta, Nashville. They're kind of similar vibes, aren't they? And I'm in Nashville too, Robin. But yeah, you saw a lot of big cities. That's cool. Trying to catch up with everyone. Hi again, Resi, wie geht's? Bill Gates. I don't know about that. And Shadowband, I don't know. I don't eat vegan meat a lot. I know it's not the best for you, so I'm not promoting it at all. You can use any meat. You can use beef or ground pork. Like that works perfectly fine. So if you want to remake this, I'm so obsessed with this food at the moment. So it's really just onion, butternut squash. I have acorn squash in here as well, just because squash is so cheap at the moment. I'm trying to be very budget friendly because everything is just so expensive. But it's just so, you know how like dirty rice, I think people call it like that, when they mix rice with ground beef. It's similar, just like more healthy with like the squash and all that. And Little Orphan Tanny, it is German. I'm a German, and I feel like my nose is kind of blocked. Like not blocked, but I feel like there's something in the ear again where I sound very nasally, so usually I don't sound that nasally. I feel like it's just because it's getting so hot again in Tennessee. I feel like summer is back. So I had to wear shorts and a t-shirt today in mid-November. So the weather in Tennessee is crazy, y'all. It's just changing every 2 days or so. I was in the army at Fort Benning, first Campbell, nice, Fort Campbell, and finished in Fort Hood. Neat. Which one was your favorite, Robin? I'm curious. What did you like best? Why not lederhosen? Well, first of all, usually lederhosen, now generalizing, females can wear lederhosen too, but it's a very thing, like a man thing to wear. As a girl, you would usually wear a dirndl, and I don't feel like wearing a dirndl here in America. I feel like I would get very weird looks if I did that. Yes, Fort Campbell, I know that one. Food became really expensive since 2021 or so. Yes, it's just getting more and more expensive. It's just going up, and there's no end to it, I feel like. Funny, I got out of army and got married and went to work for a German company for 36 years. Wow. Amazing company to work for, Scheffler in Ohio. That's a very German name. I couldn't get away from the German culture. That's neat. And there's a lot of German restaurants or just German people in general in Ohio, I think. I wonder why, but I guess it was just a big migration to Ohio back then. A lot of Germans went there. I think I could imagine because the weather is probably very similar. I feel like the climate in Ohio is very European, like very like middle European or like yeah, German. So I feel like people just felt at home in Ohio. They felt like back in Germany. So was bringt dir denn Deutschland? Wie meinst du? Meine Geburt, also dass ich da geboren wurde zum Beispiel. Your dog looks happy. Oh, he's in the bag. You see him. I forgot that I put him there. Yes. He is playing right now. Which is a little toy. He is a happy little man, but he can be a grouch in the evening. He gets very grouchy at nighttime. But that's cool, Robin, that we went to the same place. And I've never been to Fort Benning or Atlanta. I drove through Atlanta to go camping in Florida, but I've never been to Atlanta, like staying there, or like spending time. But we have friends here in the stream, in the chat or in the community that are from Atlanta, so must be a cool city. Adding the meat now. And my squash. And then I'm just gonna put the lid on and let that steam a little bit so that the squash gets cooked. And yeah, I'm telling you, this is so delicious. So I highly recommend. And like I said, you can use any meat. It doesn't have to be vegan meat at all if you don't like that. But that's what I like. I don't like using like real meat for ethical reasons. It's a personal preference. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ja, sie spricht auch Deutsch. Ich spreche auch Deutsch. Hab deinen Stream mir angeschaut, du lebst in Deutschland, aber predigst über USA. Verstehe ich das falsch? Ja, da verstehst du es falsch. Ich wohne in den USA und ich lebe in den USA und komme aus Deutschland. Also genau andersrum. Oscar having fun with his new toy, I guess. Well, it's technically not new. Don't tell him though. Sometimes I trick him because Oscar has a lot of toys. I can show you his toy box if you want to. He has so many toys, and he is a dog that gets over his toys really fast. And since I'm not rich, I can't buy him toys all the time. So sometimes I just put the toys into the washing machine and wash them until the smell's gone, like his familiar smell, and then he thinks it's a new toy. So yeah, sometimes I trick him, but don't tell him, like I said. Ach du meine Güte, wie gefährlich ist in den USA zu leben. Nicht gefährlicher als in Deutschland, um ehrlich zu sein. Ich fühle mich hier relativ sicher, muss ich sagen. Klar, wenn ich zum Beispiel in der Mall, so someone just said it's dangerous to live in America. I'm just gonna put it back. Ron, I like girls, yes, as friends or as people. I like people in general. So I like, yeah, people. I don't care what gender they have. If they're nice, I like them. But if you mean in a romantical way, I'm married to a man, but just because you're asking. Not really a lot of, or is it because I'm wearing a hat? I'm sorry, I forgot. Females are not allowed to wear a hat. I forgot. We can only wear bikinis and like show our cleavage on the stream if we're romantically into man. I forgot. Sorry for that. Hi, Shuriken, welcome back. Or welcome. I just saw your comment, so in my head I already saw you today, but I forgot you weren't in the stream earlier. I'm glad you made it. I'm making my butternut squash stuff. The husband already knew that I'm gonna make it. He was like, "Are you cooking?" I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "Oh, let me guess, you're doing the butternut squash thing again." I'm just so obsessed with butternut squash at the moment, and I'm glad because it's cheap and it's seasonal, so I like to cook seasonal food. That's a good trick, Ami. Yeah, oh, with the stuffed animals or his toys. Yeah, I just figured that out when I washed his blankets and his toys, and he got all excited about his toys again. I was like, oh, he thinks it's new, I bet. So I try to wash them like every few weeks now. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Wie lange bist du schon in den USA? Ich bin schon seit 3 Jahren in den USA ungefähr. Guten Morgen, Andrea. Anders. Hi, Adrian. I think I feel like you see ghosts in all your houses. You feel like you see ghosts in all your houses. You mean in America? Because of all those movies, like those like haunted, conjuring stuff movies? Not all houses are like that. Like there's new houses here too, not just all of the houses here are like creepy ghost houses. But there's definitely some houses that I see along like older roads, like when you go like to like a downtownish area where there's like mansions and all those like old houses, or in the countryside where you see like those old mansions. I definitely get that spooky vibe sometimes from movies. I feel like that's just what movies do with you, right? They just like change the perception of things and they make you more scared of things than you're supposed to be or you should be. But yeah, not all houses here are haunted from my experience. But talking about that, I'm working on a video right now, like a vlog for my work. And I work at the historic settlement where there's a lot of buildings from the 1800s that have been either moved there or they have been taken apart and been reassembled, kind of like imagine like Legos, but with houses, like historical houses. So there's definitely some stories that there might be some parts of the houses that were collected from the Bell Witch haunting place in Adams, Tennessee, because some of those houses have been deconstructed and put together, so there might be some logs in our houses where I work. So far, I haven't seen anything, but there's definitely some weird things. So you'll see in my next vlog. But yeah, sometimes when you go in and you just say hello or something, you will hear like a sudden noise. Like I think I put it in the end of my last video where I went to unlock some of the old houses and I was looking for like an oil lamp, I think. And I just stepped in. I stepped into the house and I always try to be polite because you never know if there's anything, you know, like a old spirit living in there or something. So don't really believe in that, but you never know. So better be safe than sorry. So I always say hello. And I said hello and I walked in and then like a second later I heard like a bonk on the roof. And that scared me a little bit, to be honest. But yeah, stuff like that happens. Nils, ich wohne in Tennessee, in Nashville. If we are being honest, things like banana squash taste better than pumpkin. I hate to say it, but thank you, Shuriken. I hate to say it too, because pumpkins are cool and all, but let's be very real. And I think this is the place where we are always real. And yeah, pumpkin does not taste very good. It's cute for carving. I love seeing pumpkins, but butternut squash is much superior over pumpkin. Taste-wise, consistency, and yeah, it is great. It's a great thing to cook with. So I love it. Aber ja, genau, ich wohne in Tennessee, sehr schön hier. Sie haben einen deutschen Dialekt, den habe ich indeed, ja. And Brian, I am from Germany. Hi, Adrian, I already said hi, I think. Bonjour, Arthur. Hello, Marco, welcome back. Nils, wohnst du in Deutschland noch oder bist du auch in Amerika? Einfach nur eine Nachteule. Bei euch ist es schon spät, oder? Wenn du in Deutschland bist. An alle Deutschen gerichtet hier, alle Nachteulen oder Nachtarbeiter. Nachtschicht. Ich lerne so langsam alle Menschen in Deutschland kennen, die Nachtschicht arbeiten. Nach und nach. Habe ich immer mal wieder. Berlin 1:20 Uhr, wow. Das ist ja gar nicht so spät. Ich bin einfach nur alt. Für mich ist schon 10 Uhr abends manchmal spät. Man wird nicht jünger. 4 Grad in Ohio, oh je. Yes, German, Josh, indeed. Hi Joey, welcome back. Sehr früh, bist du schon, achso, du warst schon im Bett. Ich dachte, du bist noch auf. Für mich war es, als ich noch in die Uni gegangen bin, als Student, war es für mich normal, um 2 oder 3 Uhr nachts noch wach zu sein und dann ins Bett zu gehen. Aber mittlerweile fallen mir um 10 schon die Augen zu, manchmal. Das Dollarzeichen unter deinem Chat ist weg, Ami. Ja, ich weiß, Marco, weil ich müsste auf YouTube muss ich irgendwas bestätigen, Steuerinformation, bla bla, weil ich das alle 3 Monate oder so bestätigen muss. Aber um ehrlich zu sein, hatte ich keinen Bock, das zu machen. Mache ich vielleicht irgendwann diese Woche, mal schauen. Es eilt nicht. Rechnungen können auch so bezahlt werden, sag ich mal. Deswegen, ja, mache ich irgendwann. Turkey, hi, Plucker, Istanbul, nice. At my break time, emergency nurse room. Wow, thank you for what you're doing. Being a nurse in an emergency room, that's a very, very rough job. So not many people can do that. So thank you for doing what you're doing. But like nurses need way more recognition, and anyone in healthcare or working with old people, all that. Mitten in der Nacht, was wird denn da gebrutzelt? Hi, K2. Hi, Suf. You look all cozy warm. I am. It is actually very cozy in the kitchen right now with the heat from the pan. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing my hat, inside the house, I have very sensitive eyes. Like I think blue eyes are just more prone to be sensitive. I have very light inner circle of my blue eyes. I feel like the light really bothers me sometimes, so I don't like that ceiling light coming from up there right into my eyes, so sometimes I wear a hat inside. Und hier wird gebrutzelt Butternusskürbis mit Beyond Meat, veganes Hackfleisch und Zwiebeln und Quinoa. Is it cold? It is chilly in the evenings. It's been very hot during the day for November. So I've been wearing shorts and a t-shirt earlier today. But now it feels like early October right now. Not super cold at all. Betonst du deinen Namen hier in den USA Ami wie in der Army oder Ami wie in Aiming? Ami oder Rika, Ami oder Rika. Kommt immer drauf an, was die Leute bevorzugen. Germany, yes, Germany. I'm from Germany. Who are you cooking? Und alles Nachteulen hier oder seid ihr auch alle in der Nacht im Krankenhaus oder Nachtschicht? Stay warm. Thank you, Crazy Shorts. You too, please. Where are you from, Crazy Shorts, by the way? Are you Russian? Because you mentioned Russian here. Hört sich lecker an. Super, jetzt bekomme ich Hunger. Oh je, tut mir leid, Nils. Blue eyes and green eyes have the same problem with my green eyes. It's less melanin production in our bodies. I know, yes, that. So we are like more prone to sunburns, and I get sunburns on my cheeks super easily, like my face in general. My body is more resistant to the, like I tan pretty easily, but I also get a sunburn pretty easily. So it's like I gotta be very careful. But yeah, my eyes are super sensitive. So yeah, green eyes and blue eyes can't tolerate a lot of sun. So we are more prone to have like eye damage and all that. Hi Michael Kreuz. Mir geht's gut. Ich komme aus dem Schwarzwald in Deutschland, lebe aber in den USA mittlerweile. Hazel eyes, best of both worlds and the worst. Are you also, with hazel eyes, you have the same problem, being like sensitive to light? Indo-Russian, nice. Kommst du zu Weihnachten eine deutsche leckere Weihnachtsgans mit Maronen und Speckklößen? Maronen auf jeden Fall. Maronen müssen dabei sein bei an Weihnachten. Du kennst dich aus. Weihnachtsgans weiß ich noch nicht. Ich bin kein so Fan von so Weihnachtsgansen. So, mein Papa hat immer Ente gemacht. Oder Rehe. Also eventuell sowas. Aber Klöße mache ich auf jeden Fall. Das kann ich machen. Klöße, Maronen, Rotkraut oder Blaukraut, wie du sagst. Bei uns sagt man Rotkraut unten. Aber ja, das können wir auf jeden Fall machen. Yes, I speak German, Wayne. Hi. The Schurkozone. You're light sensitive as well. Go somewhere nice. It is actually pretty nice here. It's not the most beautiful place in the world, but you know, it's affordable and yeah, I like it here. They say that hazel eyes are an adaptation as they do fairly well in both high and low light. Nice, wow, you're lucky. Yeah, I do good. So I heard that blue eyes do better in low light, right? And the high, like if it's very sunny outside, blue eyes struggle, but in the darkness we can see better. So people with really dark brown eyes have very hard time seeing at nighttime because the light just doesn't penetrate through their eyes good enough. So or there's just not enough light for them. So blue eyes are superior when it comes to night vision, but brown eyes are superior when it comes to daytime vision and being like less prone to damage, like eye damage or sunlight damage. Are you a fellow vegan? Yes, I eat vegan myself. So I don't want to call myself vegan because whenever I go places, like my friend's house, for example, and they cook with like butter or something, I will eat what they cook for me. But when I cook for myself, like personally, I will try to avoid as many like animal products. So yeah, I don't call myself vegan anymore, but I've been vegan for 5 years before, or 4 years. 4 years, yeah, not 5 years, sorry. So now I would say I'm probably more vegetarian now than vegan, but I'm trying my best to eat as much plant-based as I can. No, no, you're not being up here when I'm cooking. Are you German? Yes, Darf, I am German. I have blue eyes. Very nice. Welcome to the club, the sun damage club. But PR96, happy to hear that you're vegan. Thank you for saving the animals. Ich gucke gerade Tutorials über das iPhone 17. Nice. Ich mache das auch gerne, wenn ich mir ein neues Handy gekauft habe oder irgendein neues technisches Gerät, dass man sich das anschaut und sich mehr darauf freut, wenn es noch unterwegs ist. Yeah, I know, vegan is a lifestyle, it's not a diet. That's why I say plant-based. I try to eat as much plant-based as I can. And I know a lot of people are disappointed because I did consider myself as a vegan, not just plant-based, but And I know people say once you're vegan, you cannot go back because then you've never been like a true vegan. But I still think it's terrible what happens to like the mass production animals. So when I say I eat vegetarian here, I mean that I still eat plant-based for myself, but yeah, like I said, when I go out somewhere or if I cook for like work and they require me to cook something with meat and stuff like that, I'll do it. So I know I'm not gonna drop dead doing that, but personally I try to avoid animal products if I can. And here in America, it is, especially in rural Tennessee, yeah, the vegans are not the most prominent group of people. Let me say it like that. So there's definitely, so for example, McDonald's or Burger King, those like chains, they don't even have one vegan option anywhere. And I barely ever eat fast food, but just saying, just as an example. So it's not very common here, unfortunately, especially in restaurants. And yes, Jojo, I'm German. And yeah, the cat is in the back somewhere, and my dog too. I'll show you. Are you nibbling, Oscar? He's nibbling, that's his favorite hobby. And I think my squash is looking pretty good, but let me see if it's already cooked through. I think I'm gonna put the lid on real quick. But yeah, it doesn't look like super fancy or anything. Like I'm not about that fancy cooking anymore. Oops, that's the wrong one. This is how it looks like. And it works better, of course, in non-stick pans, but they're not good for your body or for your health. So I'm using those metal pans now. Those what are they called? Not iron skillet. Can't think of it. What's the word for that? Let me think about it. Stainless steel. I want to think about it myself. I want to use my brain once in a while. But the good thing is Ami, blue and green eyes are among the most attractive ones for people. 1 point for us. Well, I guess something, at least something. I think I looked up how many people in the world have blue eyes. I think it was only 5%, I think, and green eyes was 2%. So you have the rarest eye color, Martin. All my children ended up with blue eyes, and even my 6 grandchildren, they got that genetics from me. Really, everyone? That's crazy, wow. My sister has green eyes, for example. I have blue eyes. My mom had blue eyes, and my dad has green eyes. So we got both the green and the blue eyes running through the family. Do you have Subway in Germany? We do have Subway in Germany, yes. But it's not very it is popular, but it's not like in every corner like you have it here in America. Like there's no McDonald's or Subway in every corner in Germany. So for example, where I lived in Germany in a little village, I had to drive probably like 30 minutes to just get myself some McDonald's if I was craving the fast food. So it was always a hard decision if you really wanna go for that drive, if you really crave that fast food hard enough to leave the house in the middle of the night to drive 30 minutes to get it. Today I met my soulmate in Germany. He has a V8 with an 8 liters displacement engine. So muss es sein. In Germany, how did you find him, Marco? Online or is it like a forum for like V8s? Hey Logan, yes, we didn't see you for a few months. Indeed. How are you doing? How is everything going over there in Australia? If people actually seen animals being slaughtered, they might change their view on veganism. You mean if they see the whole slaughtering process, they will change their view on like eating meat and stuff? And yeah, that's one reason why I did it. And I still don't eat meat. Schatz, are you itchy? Are you being an itchy man today? Yeah, Oscar's getting his algae shot sometime this week. You smelling my food? Smell good? A vegan. Vegan food. Yeah? You don't like the vegan food, do you? Or plant-based, sorry, not vegan, plant-based. I know, I don't want to misuse the word vegan. Because I understand that people have an issue with that. Where are you from? I am from Germany. Rostfrei Edelstahl, yes. Woher kommst du? Du verstehst, was ich sage? Nice. Ich komme aus Deutschland und wohne in den USA. Is there a traditional market in your place? Because in a traditional market you can buy natural food, I think, not an ultra processed. There's some like farmers markets sometimes outside, international markets where you can get like international groceries or like fruits and stuff, and like jackfruit, for example, that I loved in China. Like when I lived in China, I would eat jackfruit probably every single day of my life. And here and in Germany, I've never seen jackfruit before. And then I came here to America, and the international markets in Nashville have jackfruit, so I was super happy. But yeah, there's some farmers markets and stuff around, or like Amish places where you can get more natural foods. Hi Valerie, strudel is my favorite dessert. Let me show you something, if you like strudel. Apfelstrudel from Aldi. I bought that when I filmed a vlog in Aldi, like a shopping haul as a German in America, like in American Aldi. And they had German Apfelstrudel, or strudel as they say. Really good. So yeah, I do like my Aldi shopping sometimes to get some German items. And yes, 2%. You got very strong memory, remember where I'm from. I said that in the last stream. I feel like I always thought I didn't have a good memory, but I feel like the live stream kind of teaches or improves my memory. Like I realized how easy I can remember details about people, like where they're from and their name, and even the profile picture sometimes, you know, gets ingrained in my memory, or ingrained in my memory. English language, hard language. But sorry, I'm not a native speaker, so please forgive me all for my bad English. But yeah, I feel like my memory is getting better when I'm doing live streams for some reason. Everyone become vegan, that would be the end for pets. Probably, yeah, then we could only have the ones that are already existing and take care of them, but not keep breeding them into existence, because that would be against the way of thinking or the mentality. I'm gonna try my food in 5 minutes or a couple minutes. We have jackfruit in Austria, but it's very expensive. You have it? Wow, Austria is better than Germany. Now we have it. It's a fact now. That's crazy. Where do you have it? Like what store has jackfruit? Have you ever had jackfruit, everyone else? Chelsea, what are you looking for? I have frozen jackfruit in the freezer because it's cheaper than a fresh one. But does it have a picture? No. It's like spiky, like what you see here. It looks like a dragon egg or something. Not that I ever seen a dragon egg. We don't have dragons in Germany, even though some people think that. We're still like some medieval land where there's dragons and wizards and kind of like a Middle Earth kind of vibe, I guess. But disclaimer, we don't. But yeah, jackfruit is really, it's like a large, it's like this big of a fruit and just spiky and delicious. It has like a weird flavor. It's like, a mix of banana, pineapple, mango, and yeah, kind of like tutti frutti. The Haribo flavor. Is it tutti frutti? Nee, tropical. Wie heißt denn dieses Haribo? Der Haribo-Geschmack mit diesen kleinen Palmen und so weiter. Ihr wisst bestimmt, was ich meine. Arnold Schwarzenegger loves Apfelstrudel. Probably. Yeah, he's Austrian. Yeah, he's Austrian. He's actually not German. Some people think that he is German, but he's actually Austrian. Schwarze Katze, hoffentlich habe ich jetzt kein Unglück. Thomas, hoffentlich, ja. Wenn es danach ginge, hätte ich jeden Tag Unglück, aber soweit sieht es gut aus. Also bisher ging es noch. I'm not trying ketchup on ice cream. Has anyone ever tried ketchup on ice cream? That sounds absolutely disgusting. I think that's probably one of the worst flavors out there. Could be baby dog. Most genuine dog. Gorgeous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not good with taking compliments, so. Your memory always seems super sharp, maybe crazy sharp. It depends, really. When it's about making grocery lists or not forgetting something when I go places, like sometimes I would just forget my wallet or stuff like that. So my memory can be really good, but it can also be really bad and annoying. So it really depends on. Yeah, I have a weird memory. I remember very random, kind of unnecessary things that I don't need to remember, but not the ones that I need to remember. Are you vegetarian? I would consider myself vegetarian, yes. Yes, trying to eat as much plant-based as possible. Edeka has sometimes jackfruit. Fresh ones? What? Edeka? Jetzt geht's aber los. Habe ich das Land verlassen und es gibt Jackfruit in Deutschland oder was? Australia is close to Southeast Asia, so of course Australia can have jackfruit. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I wasn't surprised about that. I was surprised that Europe has jackfruit. But that makes sense. Yeah, Australia is very close. Dragon fruit is great. Dragon fruit, I feel like dragon fruit looks cute and pretty in desserts or on pictures, but actually dragon fruit is one of the most disappointing fruits out there, in my opinion. It just looks so cute and tempting and pink, and yeah, it just looks tasty. But have you ever had a disappointing food or a disappointing fruit where it just looks super nice on the outside, kind of like a good looking person, but then you meet them and you hang out with them and you're like, yeah, no, I don't think it's a match. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I feel like a dragon fruit catfishes you. Like it's not what it's supposed to be. I feel like it doesn't taste like anything. Das Foto von Rusty war epic in deinem Post. Danke, Marco. Das war mit dem Weitwinkel vom iPhone 15 Pro gemacht. Ich weiß nicht, ob das 13 das schon hat, aber beim 15 war nicht nur mit Absicht. Ich wollte einfach nur Rusty draufkriegen, dass es scharf ist. Weil ich ja meine Hand vor ihn halten musste, konnte ich ja nicht weit weg sein. Da musste ich den Weitwinkel benutzen. Und so ist es entstanden. Tropical, ja, Tropical. Danke, Siggi. Rauchen Sie? Nein, sie raucht nicht. Du kannst mich gerne duzen, by the way. Hi to Ireland. Nice. I would love to go to Ireland. You should try durian. I did try durian when I lived in China. Did you know there's a ban in the Chinese subway, like the metro, that you cannot bring durian into the trains or the subways? And also, I would honestly understand if people did a jackfruit ban too, because I feel like jackfruit has such a strong smell. Edeka Jackfruit, was? Krass. Das hätte ich echt nicht gedacht. Oh Mann. Muss ich doch wieder zurück nach Deutschland ziehen jetzt. Thank you, KX. Welcome. Bully Herbig, hi. Habt ihr den neuen Bully Herbig-Film gesehen? Den neuen Shoot Is Money 2? Oder wie auch hieß der Shoot Is Money 2, der neue? Ich war gerade in Deutschland, als er rauskam, hatte aber keine Zeit, ins Kino zu gehen, leider. Do you like baseball? I was wearing my White Sox hat earlier, so maybe some people got the impression, but I'm not really a big fan. Figs and plum trees that produce a lot of fruit. Wow, I love fig trees. I had a fig tree in Germany, and when I was on vacation, I did like a road trip to Croatia, and there were fig trees everywhere, and I would just freak out. I would just pluck figs everywhere on the side of the roads, and that was probably 80% of what I ate there, because food there in Croatia was really expensive, by the way. So I was happy about my free fruit and my Cactusfeigen, my cactus fruit. That's one thing I noticed here in America. People here in America don't eat Cactusfeigen, like cactus fruit. Like, you know those little pinkish, purplish fruit that are sitting on top of cactus? They don't eat that here for some reason, and you can't buy it. So I'm very confused, because I really like those. Keine des Manitou, genau, ja, das war's. Keine des Manitou. War es gut, der Film? Habt ihr geschaut? We get more and more international food in Europe. Yeah, I guess this is all coming over now. I feel like Germany's always like a little bit behind, or European countries. Dodgers Nation. I have a friend here on YouTube. He also does YouTube. Mello, if he's still here, he's a huge Dodgers fan. And actually, Oscar's blanket, like his dog blanket, is a huge Dodgers blanket. So my dog has a Dodgers blanket for sleeping at night. But I'm personally not a fan of any like sports team here in America. Where are you from, Jackass? I am from Germany, but I live in the United States now. Wie heißt deine Katze? Meine Katze heißt Rusty. Und ich habe noch eine, die heißt Moose, aber die versteckt sich gerade irgendwo. Okay, gute Nacht, Marco. Viel Spaß noch beim iPhone-Sachen schauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Oh, ich muss mein Essen probieren. I'm gonna try my food now. I forgot. I'm gonna put some quinoa in here. But yeah, if you want a nice alternative to rice that has more protein and has less starches and sugars or carbs, quinoa is actually really great. And I know people don't really like the flavor, but if you mix it with something that tastes really good, I don't mind the flavor. I eat it on its own, but you really get used to it. It's very earthy. Hund hast du auch? Ja, den habe ich auch. Ui. Ui vermisse ich. Hier sagt man nicht Ui leider. Ich finde Ui ist ein süßes Wort. Ui, kleiner Mann. Schatz. Ja, willst du unter die Decke, Schatzi? Ja. Soll ich dich eingraben? Da. So. Besser? Gut? Achtung, ich mach's nochmal richtig hier. Muss alles seine Ordnung haben, Oskar. So. Gut zugedeckt. Die dicke Katze hier. Na du, dicke Nudel? Ja, dicke Nudel du. So, jetzt gibt's was zu essen. Where in the USA? I live in Nashville. But more rural part, or like the country. I'm not a millionaire. Cannot afford to live in downtown Nashville, but I think I also would not like that, to be honest. I'm more about nature and outdoors stuff, so yeah, I think downtown Nashville is very, very crowded. It is imagine Las Vegas, but with everyone wearing cowboy hats and cowboy boots and live music at every single corner. Der ist süß, ja, der ist echt süß, oder? So lecker. You have to try this, guys. If you never, like, you can do this with beef or ground pork if you want to, of course, or turkey or something. But I'm not kidding. Like, just Beyond Meat beef tastes so much better than real meat, in my opinion. Like, even my cat smells it. It's really good. So, banana squash, onion, and that Beyond Meat beef is really delicious. What did everyone else eat today? I always love hearing that. Also, if people are still here in this stream, I posted a community post about the Friendsgiving I have on Saturday, and I would love for some of you, if you want to share like a story, something cool that happened to you this year, or in general, like in your life, like a spooky story, a funny story, an embarrassing story, or anything you think would be interesting to share, or a thought, or opinion, just anything. You can always send that in as an email, americacontact@gmail, or just under a post, like a comment if you want to. And I, of course, can keep that anonymously if you want to. Just add that in the mail, please. And I'll gladly read your stories on Saturday for the Friendsgiving. Needed a German language moderator. You're it. Oh, yay. Someone became a moderator. Let's see. Martin, schreib mal was, dass ich sehe, ob du blau bist. Letztens hast du auch gut gekocht. Ah, warst du letztens auch schon da? Was habe ich da gekocht? Weißt du das noch? Ich koche gefühlt jeden Tag irgendwas. Ich vergesse es schon immer. Aber ja, danke fürs Zuschauen, Thomas. Es freut mich schön, dass du hier bist und dass es dir gefällt. I need to think of a good anecdote for Friendsgiving. And of course, it's not a must. It's just, I feel like I talk so much about myself. And the thing with the live chat, a live stream, is that people cannot write a whole lot in the chat. So you're very limited with your words. So I feel like I always talk about myself, but, you know, some people might just want to share something, or, you know, so we can hear something from you guys. And I think that would be very cool and interesting, or funny, or spooky, or whatever it's gonna be. And maybe I can read it with, my German ain't good. Bist du Deutsch? Ja, ich bin Deutsch. Schreiben kannst du aber gut. You can spell very, very well. Parents are getting divorced. Ain't funny, but it's something. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's tough. I hope you're doing okay. Ich finde dich sehr sympathisch und nett und höre dein Englisch zu. Dankeschön, Thomas, es freut mich. Sounds like a wonderful idea. Yeah, I just thought Friendsgiving, since, you know, some of you have been here for so long, so I see you as friends too at this point, you know, so I just want you guys to be part of the Friendsgiving if you have time, if you want to be there, if you want to hang out, if you want to share something. It's all just an offer, of course. No one is forced to, and please never feel like anyone has to be there. It's all voluntarily, yeah, just if you have anything, feel free to share, and I'll read it, maybe with my friend. I'm gonna ask him if he wants to do it. You've seen him in a few live streams before, or videos, so I think with him it would be very fun to read some of the stories. And like I said, just mention in the email if you want to have it publicly, if you want to have it anonymously, or if it's just for me personally and I shouldn't share it at all. That's definitely an option too, of course. Whatever you like. Freddie, what did we... Do you like St. Michael's Prayer? I don't know what that is, Freddie. And I did not skip you on purpose. Sometimes it happens because if a lot of messages come in, I am not able to read all of them, or I just didn't see it. Hi, Jonna. Oh yeah, you've been here before. Sorry. I'm Dutch. Nice. Greetings to the Netherlands. I love Dutch people. I know I can't generalize it. Of course, there's like a-holes in the Netherlands or in any country, but in general, I could say that the people I met that are Dutch are all just very, very witty and hilarious, smart, welcoming people. And I feel like Dutch and Danish people are probably some of my favorite people that I ever met, like the most kind and funny people. Freddie, she doesn't see everyone. Yes, good point. Thank you, Jana. That's how it is. What are you eating? I'm eating quinoa with butternut squash and Beyond Meat beef, like a fake beef, like ground beef, and onions, and I just made a little stir fry. That's how it looks like. It's very tasty. It's one of my favorite foods in fall season. I just love eating anything squash or pumpkin because it's just cheap and delicious and seasonal. Are you the Führer's grandchild? Probably not. I'm not. I know my grandparents, so answer is no. I'm thinking how old he would be. Could he be my grandfather? I think he would have to be my grandfather, right? Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he could be my grandfather, like biologically. Or I mean, man can have children like until like, I don't know, 70 years old, 80 years old, or whatever. So technically, I guess. But not that I know. There's a certain prayer to the Archangel Michael, and I expect that's what Freddie was talking about. Yeah, I was wondering if he was referring to it. I know there's different prayers for archangels or saints and all that, right? And the Catholic tradition. Thank you, Jala. Appreciate it. So where in the Netherlands do you live? And thank you, Shuriken, for the clarification. I know I always can count on my Catholic brother over here. And I know you know much more about it than me. But yeah, where in the Netherlands do you live, Jala? I've only been to Den Haag once, and Amsterdam, I think, 7 or 8 times before. And I love that. I always wanted to move to Amsterdam. I always thought it was like such a fun city. And pretty. Yeah, poor turkeys that will be slaughtered. It's heartbreaking. I agree. I absolutely hate the turkey tradition. Sorry to all my American friends. And in Germany, of course, we have similar things like we eat like goose for Christmas. So I'm not saying this is like exclusive to Americans. So we have that tradition in a similar way. But I absolutely hate it too. And I also feel like a lot of people always say that turkey is not even that good, like it doesn't taste good to them. It's very dry and they just do it out of the tradition. And in Florida, I have like camping vlogs from Florida in my videos. And I stayed on a rescue animal farm. And there was a turkey, like a rescue turkey, living with a potbelly pig. And they were so cute. And I don't eat those anyways, but just seeing it just proved my point. I was like, oh yes, that's why I don't eat them. Just because they're such cute and witty and animals with personality, right? Like they definitely had their own personality, and I just fell in love with those guys, like the turkey and the potbelly pig. And yeah, I was just imagining how those just get slaughtered during Thanksgiving, and everyone just probably throwing away half of it when they're done with it. And yeah, it's just sad. And seeing how cheap they are too, like you can get like a whole big thing of turkey for like $10. It's just insane to believe that their life is only worth like $10, right? So yeah, I definitely, even though we have family coming down from the north to celebrate Thanksgiving, I will not make a turkey, even though all of them eat meat. But well, they have to make their own if they want a turkey, but I'm not gonna cook it. Yes, I can see that, Robbie. And intelligent, and they sometimes hug people, and they're very like emotional beings too. Like they like to cuddle and socialize. And that one turkey, for example, whenever I came closer to the fence, he would do like a proud walk. He would just like do like a walk, like a weird walk. He would do like 5 steps and then make like a sound, and he would just like show off his feathers and stuff. And I just thought that was so adorable. And whenever I filmed him, I feel like he showed off even more in front of the camera. Of course, he probably didn't realize it was a camera, but it was just very, very sweet to see. And I'm so glad that some of those animals got rescued and have a good life. But I know that's not the case for 99% of them, unfortunately. But yeah, that's definitely my Blackpink. Yes, I love Blackpink too. Nice. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, what was about to say? Yeah, my dream one day would definitely be to have a farm, but not to have a farm to farm. Like I would love to have plants to farm, like vegetables and stuff, but I would love to have animals for like a sanctuary, you know, where I have my vegetables and stuff, but then I would have like some potbelly pigs or like a cow, whatever needs to be rescued or whoever needs to be rescued, and just have them like living there and spending the rest of their life there. Cooking turkey is tricky, but I love the challenge of roasting a turkey every year on the years when it's cooked perfectly and it's nice and juicy, like a triumph. I hear that from many people because I hear that it's getting, it's really hard to keep it not, or make it not dry, and it's easy to like overcook it, and not easy to make it good. So I can see the challenge aspect of it for sure. And I'm not, you know, when I said I'm not gonna cook a turkey for personal reasons, it doesn't mean that I'm like judging anyone that does make a turkey. Of course, that's a tradition, and traditions are traditions, and people like eating meat, and that's, you know, everyone's own decision. And I would never say anything against that. So yeah, I hope that no one felt like judged or anything when I said that. It's just like my personal thing. So I feel like everyone needs to just live in a way where they feel like they can live with themselves. You know what I mean? Like you do what you want to do, I do what I want to do, and everyone should do that. So that's just what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I think probably his family, like my husband's family, is gonna come down. I assume that they definitely want to have a turkey, so they will probably be the ones to cook the turkey, because I, like I said, first of all, I'm probably not good with that, and yeah, it's so hard to make it moist. And I know you wouldn't judge, sister. Okay, thank you. I always, you know, I don't want to make anyone feel like that, because I really don't. Like I see, like I'm not just saying it to be like, keep like a straight face or something. Like I really mean it. Like everyone has to do what they want to do. But yeah, this is delicious, by the way. Please remake it if you like butternut squash. you will not be upset to try this. This is like, I feel like a butternut squash worthy recipe where the butternut squash is just like in the focus and not just a side dish. It's just so good. But yeah, please make sure if you want to share something to share a story with us before Saturday or on Saturday, and I'll probably read them in the evening. And I hope to see some of you there. Cooking a turkey is hard enough with lots of practice. I can hardly imagine what trying to cook one without experience would be like. Oh yeah, probably not very good. I mean, I made ducks before for other people for last Thanksgiving or the year before. I think people wanted meat, but I didn't want to buy a big turkey. Like I said, I tried not to do that. And I knew there's going to be leftovers that people won't eat. So I was like, let's find a compromise. And they got a duck and I was cooking it for them. And it turned out pretty okay. Pretty good, actually. I think because my dad is a chef, I always say that, I know. I'm not trying to repeat myself, but he was cooking meat, of course, because for the restaurant and stuff that he worked for, he had to. Even though my dad turned vegetarian or actually vegan at 55 years old, so I was very proud of him for switching his diet, because me and my sister ate vegan at home, or plant-based, sorry. So to make life easier for himself, he turned plant-based as well, so we all ate plant-based at home. But before that, and for his job, he would also cook meat, of course. And yeah, I learned how to cook meat from him, but never like a turkey, because turkey is just not a thing in Germany. But yeah, I'm sure you will post something about that shuriken, like your, maybe not your secrets, since secrets are secrets, I guess, in the kitchen. But I'm sure you'll post like a picture or like a photo series or little shorts or something, I assume. I have a friend who makes duck or goose. Occasionally they're both great for an occasional change of pace, for sure. Yes, and it's just like not like as big if you're like a smaller crowd. And I feel like for Christmas it's a very nice compromise for like a turkey or like a goose. Like you don't have to get like the biggest bird, right? That's why I think it's a good idea. Hi William, welcome back. You speak German. Ja, ich spreche auch Deutsch, Michael. Wie geht's? Bei euch ist es noch sehr, nee, spät in der Nacht schon. Taylor Swift, I'm your big fan from Kazakhstan. Yes, I'm Taylor Swift, indeed. Hi, Ellen. You have a good heart, and may God bless you and your family. Thank you so much, Robbie. You too, please. Blessings to you and your family as well, and thank you for saying that. If the turkey comes out looking nice and I remember to snap a picture, I'll post it. That's always the thing, remembering to post a picture or take a picture. I'm the same. 2 Uhr nachts, Thomas und Michael. Bei uns jetzt 2:08 Uhr. Spät bei euch. Seid ihr noch wach oder seid ihr schon wach? Seid ihr im Nachtdienst oder zu lange auf gewesen? Könnt nicht schlafen? I'm eating my pineapple that I bought the other day. It is so juicy and ripe. It's like probably the best pineapple I've ever had. Shoot. It fell into my food. Oh well. Hi, Meow. Nachtdienst, okay. Auch anstrengend, oder? Nachtdienst stelle ich mir echt stressig vor. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich das könnte. Habe ich echt Respekt vor, wenn Leute Nachtdienst arbeiten. Aber muss ja alles gemacht werden. Muss es auch geben. Bin froh, dass ich es nicht machen muss. Na, wenigstens ehrlich, Michael. Das ist aber auch eine nette Art, jemanden zu beschreiben. Bei der alten Zimmer. Ja, gut, dass sie es nicht liest. Naja, dann schlaf mal schön, Michael. Bist du sicher erschöpft? Und ich mache jetzt auch mal fertig in ein paar Minuten. I'm gonna clean up the kitchen now. And tomorrow I have my yoga class for my senior ladies, so I gotta be fit for them. So they're not outfitting me. Is that a word? Because sometimes I feel like when I didn't sleep well or when I just, I don't know, when I don't feel fit, I feel like my old ladies, like my senior ladies, are just like fitter than me, and I'm like, I really gotta step up the game at the gym again and be more fit, you know, like I used to be, because I feel like I just got more lazy in America, so I step up my game again. Lass das die Katze nicht lesen, die fängt die Maus. I can't believe Martin left right at the critical moment. I guess he fell asleep. It's late night in old Australia. Yes, we just talked about that here in German. All the Germans are still up, either night shift or some just got back from like a little mingling session. That's why I laughed. So yeah, but yeah, he left, I think. But yeah, I think he probably fell asleep. Sometimes people watch my streams to fall asleep, because sometimes people say I have a nice voice, which I'm not sure of, but if it helps y'all to fall asleep, I'm happy to help. And I love watching live streams for falling asleep myself, from people that I know, so they have like a familiar voice and kind of like has like a calming effect, I guess, kind of like a, not like ASMR. I'm not a huge ASMR fan with like talking, like a rain and stuff like that, or camping ASMR. But I feel like talking is like a good. It's not ASMR-y, but also not like with music or anything like that. So it has like a calming effect, I think, just listening to someone talk. I'm in my office. Nice, it's still working, William. Das steht immer noch. Oh je. Das hätte ich nicht lesen sollen. Manchmal lese ich Sachen. Sometimes I'm reading a message and I'm like, maybe I should read it first and then think about if I should read it or not. But yeah, ohne Martin, without Martin, I think it's getting too risky here, because it's late at night in Germany. So every time it's past 2 a.m. in Germany, sometimes some messages mixed into the chat that are usually not here on like a daytime stream, if that makes sense. I hope you know what I mean. So I'll let you all go into the night. It's night in Germany and evening in America. And I wish you all a beautiful rest of your evening and sweet dreams. And thank you all for hanging out. Warum bist du noch wach? Ich bin noch wach, weil es hier erst 7:13 Uhr ist in Amerika. Und meine Mission, das ist eine sehr schwere Frage. Es ist sowas wie, was ist der Sinn des Lebens? Dafür bin ich, glaube ich, heute zu erschöpft für so eine tiefe Frage. Meine Mission ist meistens nur, ein guter Mensch zu sein und einen weiteren Tag alive zu sein, denke ich mal. It's not that deep. Have a wonderful night, sister, and please give our best to see and the furry friends. I will indeed. Sure, can you too, please? To M and the ladies. Du lebst da. Sorry, ich dachte, du bist in Deutschland. Nee, ich lebe in Amerika. 2:13 Uhr. Ich weiß, ihr seid alle noch so spät wach. Habt ihr alle Nachtschicht? Von einem weiß ich, was er getan hat. Hätte ich lieber nicht erfahren. Und die anderen haben Nachtschicht. I'm sorry that I can't remember much from 7th grade German, sis. That's okay. I feel like one day it will all come back to the memory, Shuriken, the more you listen to it, and you'll be fluent again in no time. And then you'll be able to moderate the Germans as well. I'm just kidding, of course. Don't worry about it. And usually, you know, I'm very okay reading messages that I'm not supposed to read. You know me, like it doesn't really bother me, but I'm still happy that you're moderating and I don't have to deal with many things because of you. Thank you. What time is it? It is 7:15 now, p.m. or 19:15 Uhr, as us Germans would say. Wie nice, wie kommt es, dass du dort lebst? Ich bin als Tourist quasi hergekommen zum Besuch und dann wegen der Liebe geblieben, wie es so oft ist im Leben, oder? My dog, by the way. Oscar. Em just posted a picture of the girls training. Oh, nice. I'll definitely check it out later. Or in a little bit when I hop off. That'll be the day. We speak in German. We speak in German. I'm sure you are good with languages. It's just really just the exposure to it. And if you don't have the need to speak a different language, like in America, everything is in English. And you get along in English and everyone speaks English in the world. So no one can blame an American for not speaking a different language because your language is spoken throughout the world, so don't feel bad about it. I would be the exact same if I was English speaking, I believe. Schatzi, you want to say bye too? Yeah, say bye. Say bye to everyone. Bye everyone. Good night. Is Mama food? Ja. Gute Nacht an alle. Schlaft schön. Freut mich. Dann hoffe ich, dass alles funktioniert. Ich gehe mal weiter. Schönen Abend bzw. morgen noch. Dankeschön. Dir auch. Gute Nacht nach Deutschland und hoffentlich bis zum nächsten Mal. Hi, guten Morgen bzw. gute Nacht an euch. Dankeschön. Freut mich, dass so viele Deutsche hier sind. Echt schön, Deutsch zu sprechen und gibt einem so ein Heimatsgefühl irgendwie, wenn die Deutschen hier im Stream sind. Willkommen an alle, die neu sind oder die schon mal hier waren. Freut mich, dass ihr hier seid und ich hoffe, ihr fühlt euch auch willkommen. Und ich versuche mal mehr Streams in Deutsch zu machen. Ja, einfach fürs Gefühl und für die deutschen Zuschauer hier, damit es fair bleibt. Ich hoffe mir schon mal, dass wir irgendwann mal einen ganz deutschen Stream machen, eventuell. Genau, und wenn ihr irgendwelche Geschichten habt, die ich teilen soll am Samstag, wenn wir Friendsgiving haben, so ein Freunde-Zusammentreffen an Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving, da werde ich ein paar Geschichten vorlesen, wenn Leute mir eine E-Mail schreiben. In meinem Profil habe ich die E-Mail-Adresse. Wenn ihr auf meinen Kontakt geht, auf meiner Startseite, lese ich gerne vor, wenn ihr was habt, irgendwas Lustiges oder Spooky Story oder irgendwie was Peinliches oder sowas, irgendwas, was interessant wäre zum Vorlesen, schickt es mir gerne. Und dann lese ich das vor und ich werde es dann auch in Englisch übersetzen, wenn es auf Deutsch sein sollte. Kommst du öfters um die Uhrzeit? Ja, eigentlich schon. Meistens so 7, 8 hier in Amerika ist so meine Streamzeit. Thanksgiving and it's the dead. Yay. Sehr gut, very good. I just said talked about the stories. If people want to share any story with me that they want me to read on Friendsgiving on Saturday, they can gladly send them to me. I just said it again in German. Mein Hund ist sehr süß. Dankeschön, Nick Mac. Freut mich. Hello to Indonesia. Welcome back. Happiest German I've ever seen. Really? That's not a good sign for Germans then, if that's the happiest. I mean, I would consider myself a very generally happy person. I have my grouchy days too. Like Germans can be grouchy. We're either happy or grouchy, but it's like barely middle grounds. But I have my grouchy moments. I'm not always happy, but tendency to happiness, I would say. Like I'm usually like more like bubbly and like happy than anything else. But yeah, thank you all for being here, and I'm glad, or hope you enjoyed it. Some of you stuck around until the end, so I assume that you liked the stream. And I'll be back on probably in 2 days or so. Talk to you all very soon and ab ins Bett jetzt für alle die nicht arbeiten müssen. Ist schon spät, also zack, zack, in die Haie und träumt schön und bis bald. Take care. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen. Weil ihr beide so süß seid. Süß. Kein Problem, das freut mich. Gute Nacht an alle. Bye.